Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Mr. Stephen Has a NaNoWriMo Opinion. Yes, well, it's day number 7. And I've had a day off. I say I've had a day off. I have actually increased the amount of words that I've written today by another couple of thousand. Because even though I had a day off, I don't know, something inspired me. I don't quite know what it was. I think perhaps, and this is just a guess here, it was the extraordinary time that I spent this morning with some other NaNoWriMoers from Cheltenham and the surrounding areas, who were lovely people. It was really nice. It was a really nice thing to do. So when I came home, I sat down for about an hour and dashed off another few thousand words. So my word count at the moment stands at 22,789 words, which I think is pretty respectable, actually. I'm pretty pleased with what I've managed to do with that, so that's great. I wasn't planning on writing at all today. Fact is, I have. And it means that by the end of this weekend, if I hit the word count that I want to do tomorrow, I'm actually going to be well over the 25,000 mark, which means that the recalculated, when you finished your novel thing on the NaNoWriMo website is telling me I'll finish on November the 16th. But, as I've said before, I'm going to keep going after the 16th because I want to hit at least 90,000 words. Preferably 100,000. And I'm only saying that now because I seem to be writing a couple of thousand words per section that I should have been writing a little bit less for. So I would rather write more words and have more to edit down later on than to not write enough words and to have to write other bits to fill in later. But I did want to give some people some advice today. If you're new to writing, if you're not as a seasoned NaNoWriMo person, or if this is your first time, there are always things that are around that are really useful to you. I say I can't talk today. I've been talking all morning, and I can't do both. I can't talk all morning and all evening as well, and do writing in the middle. It just doesn't work. Oh God, you see, I can't even remember what I'm talking about now. I wanted to give people advice, especially if you're, either new to NaNoWriMo or new to writing, or if you're struggling a little bit, or if you might have been writing for a little while, but you haven't necessarily come across all of these tools. The thing that I want to talk to you about today is an absolute godsend, because I know what it's like at the moment with the World Wide Web and everything. If you want to find out how a certain piece of grammar works, you can just go online and you can type it in. But I've often found that actually you don't always get the right answers when you type it in. And editors will come back to you and say, why have you done this? Because you should have done this. And you'll go, well, the internet told me. And then they'll go, no, the internet is wrong. So, there's various things you can do to do that. Make sure that you're following whatever editorial guidelines are set down by, if you're writing for a magazine or writing for a publisher, make sure you follow what they want, because that's really important. The other thing to do is get your hands on a book called The Elements of Style. Now, this is a really tiny book, but it is one of the best books you'll ever get. It's not available for Kindle as far as I'm aware, which is a real shame, because that's a great way of being sort of portable with it. But it is a kind of nice silver book. It's by William Strunk Jr. and E.B. Wight, and it's a small silver book, and this is, I think, the 5th or 6th copy of this thing that I've bought. And look, it's thin. There's nothing to it, you would think, and yet that contains all of the grammar that you would need. For example, a few matters of form. it talks about margins. Keep right-handed and left-handed margins roughly the same width. Exception: if a great deal of annotating or editing is anticipated, the left-handed margins should be roomy enough to accommodate this work. It's a really nice little guide, and actually what you find that you're doing when you're writing something and you suddenly come across a bit of grammar and you go, oh, hang on, do I do it this way or do it that way? This is the book that will tell you how to do it. And it's not definitive, obviously, but it's a little closer to the mark than some of the online resources, which, although are always very good. They're always very well thought through. Some of them are a bit more country specific, and none of them are really publication specific. Whereas that is the elements of style are better for a kind of a general rule of thumb thing. So yeah, do pick up a copy of that book if you think it's going to be useful. Here's to day 7, where I've written more words than I intended to to the tune of 2,200 odd. So I'm really pleased. I hope you are. I hope you're doing really well. I hope you're powering through and getting word counts done. I'd love to hear, and I'm talking with people on Reddit and on other forums and things as well, but I would absolutely love to hear what you're getting up to in your NaNoWriMo campaigns. It'd be absolutely brilliant. So if you do want to comment, that'd be great. Also, like, share, subscribe. Let's get more people interested in NaNoWriMo this year. And until tomorrow, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna go off now and watch my favourite program about a time travelling cockerel called Dr. Hoodledoo, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.